Hello everyone, welcome to Creative Learner and I'm Teza. Welcome back to HTML tutorials. It's an ongoing series and this week will be part 2. So we have done the part 1 and visit Creative Learner YouTube channel if you missed it. So I will recommend to watch it again. And also today we're going to look at it, our head elements. So that will be head section in our HTML file. So we will go through line by line, and also, last week we have done what is the H1 element and P element, all these HTML basic elements, and also self-closing tags and what is the doc type HTML, and also the language that will be used for screen reader. Okay, to get started, so we will look into the head section. Head section is important, or maybe head tags or head elements is very important in our HTML file because we are including everything that we need for our CSS and maybe JavaScript. And so even in my portfolio website, I link my font awesome. So in our head section, so we need to know everything in head section, what is more important. So there's a lot, but I will go through. I have done a little bit list, so that will be even description for our a Google SEO search. So when we search in Google, we want to see the text in our Google, and then our the tab icon and everything. So we will go through line by line. So that will be a few. So but first line is we will start with the character set attribute. So that will be meta tag. Inside is a character set UTF-8. So in HTML encoding, so we have two, not two, so it's a most popular is a two, but we have a few encodings. So that will be meta tag, character set, UTF-8 versus. So if you go back to your browser, if you search it in W3C, so that will be even so back to my internet reference. So I have this a Google reference, so I'm using. So that will be Google developer has this HTML learning course. So you're welcome to learn your own, or you're welcome to learn with me as well. So it depends on you. So you can. I will be making big reference from this Google course. So back to encoding. If you search W3C encoding, so we have a few international encodings that we need to put in our HTML file. So that will be UTF-8, or we have ISO, even we have IBM. So these are all the encoding that you the first line you add in your head section. So it depends which the character encoding is right for you. So what the website that you are building. So but for basic, standard or most often used the useful thing is UTF-8 will be universal. So that will be every website, even most of the website will use the UTF-8 because it is a common use for different languages. Because let's say you are running, so to demonstrate, so let me put the one more a tag in my HTML. So that will be because in my Creative Learner I am doing in English, in Burmese, so that kind of the Duolingo. So what if I want to show a little bit a UTF-8 versus here we have a ISO or any other encoding. So that will be a better demonstration. So to do that, I will add just this a tag. So copy, and I will paste it underneath, and then instead of the we are typing the part 1, I will put my Burmese part 1. So that will be here you see this is part 1 in Burmese. So I will just copy here. So I will paste it like that, and I will save it using the encoding because the meta tag character set UTF-8 is how important to for different languages, because now I'm showing English Burmese, or maybe English Spanish, whatever. So that will be to display the correct character in our website. So now I've saved my HTML file. I will open my index.html in my browser. So to do that, you can just simply drag and drop. So, or if not, you can just just drag and drop here. So that will be like drag it and drop it. Or if not, the other way is I've already have a tutorial for it. So that will be set up your live server and you run it from your Visual Studio Code. So that will be right click, open with live server. So when you click that way, and you're gonna see now the HTML file is already open in your browser. So that is using the live server. If not, you can just drag and drop it into your browser. So now you see that my Duolingo, so part 1 in English, I have this Burmese part 1 too. So let's say I want to break it to the next line in HTML. What we can do is we have this BR tag. So what we can do is just type BR, press tab key. So that will have a line break. I will add it one more break. So that will be 2 BRs. And when I save it, now you can see that part 1 and then my Burmese part 1 is go to the bottom. So now the UTF-8 character encoding is helping the browser to see everything correct because like I show you. So I copy the text here. You can see it's correct and displaying in my here. So it is a correct character. It's a correct font. So what if we change it to the other encoding? So like I said, we have a different encoding. So that will be, I will take it this ISO 16. So to do that, I will just simply change it to, even you can copy from here. So that will be ISO 16 copy, paste it inside the UTF-8. So I want to show you if you're not setting up your HTML file correct encoding, so you will run into the error. So ISO, and then I will paste it, save the file. Okay, in Chrome, so it might not seeing the error, but what if we do the let me drag and drop it my file, the index.html here. So this one, I will just simply open again. So to do that, just click and drag and drop into your browser. So now you can see that now we are run into an error. Because of the ISO. So even we open a different browser, it's gonna be the same. So because we're using the different encoding, so instead of the UTF-8, there's a few encoding like I show you. So we have a Windows whatever. So it depends on you. If you're running setting up your HTML file, so any encoding you can use it, but that you want to make it the right functioning your the correct font, so because if you're not setting up your font, so that will be an error. So it's important to put it. So even go back to my Google the reference. So it's saying adding the character encoding. So it's important to put it UTF-8, and also the encoding type required by HTML5. So there is a UTF-8 is the standard, I guess. So that will be we cannot put other encoding. So that is UTF-8. So I will put it back. So UTF-8. So that will be our encoding. So in the first line meta tag. So and also we cannot put it this UTF-8 encoding underneath the maybe let's say title tag, because everything we will start with the right encoding, so that the browser will render our everything we see here as the right in programming. So the computer will translate it into 1001, that kind of the 8-bit, and then so we important to put it at the top, so we cannot put it at the bottom. So that will be the first line in head section, and also it's important so to do it. So I show you a little bit demonstration. So for different languages, so we need to use the right character encoding. So that will be meta tag. So charset UTF-8. And the other thing is that we see the meta tag for name and then the viewport. So the value is width equal to device width, and also initial scale 1.0. So what it does is when we so before we do not have a smaller screen or whatever. Now we are more like using the mobile screen and then to visit all the websites. So if you do not include your viewport, so that is you may not see the right like screen size. Let me show you that. Will be a little bit explanation. Google has it. So I will click this viewport here. So now you can see that. So if you're visiting a website in mobile screen, so you're not putting the viewport, so that will be run into this kind of very small text, and it will not look good. But if you put a viewport, so at the right, so here you can see like everything's a little bit bigger text. And also even in my the portfolio website, so I have this responsive web design, and then how we can design using the CSS to look good. But so the first thing it may not be the first, but the second line in our head section could be the viewport, because if different people using the different devices, so we want to let them see our website to be responsive. So that is what viewport is doing. Even you can see here, so meta name viewport, you type it the way it is, so width equal to device dash width, so it's saying everything we've seen in the different devices, make it the same screen as a desktop, so initial scale 1.0. So that will be the viewport. And the other thing is a title. So the title is we have so let me show you that. So in our HTML, I will close it this tab, so you can see here. So in the tab, so let me close it, all the encoding tab here. So here you can see that I have this tab title document right now. So if you want to change that tab to something related, let's say if I visit to even here, in the Google developer, they have this introduction and the web.dev. This is using the the title text in HTML5. So there is this one. So title document is helping to see the tab text or tab title. So if you want to change it, let's say from document to what if we change it to from document to HTML learning. So that will be HTML learning. So we will change it, and then when you save the file, so that will change our tab title here. So you see, from document to it changed to HTML learning. So that is a title tag in head section. And the other thing is what we will put is the other important is the description. So here, so I will just so before that, I want to show you a little bit one thing that in Google search. So why the description is important. So let's say you Google in Amazon.com. So you Google the Amazon.com. So that will, so you just press, do not go to the website here. You can just Amazon Google search. So what we're gonna see is we're gonna see the Amazon.com and Amazon deals and discounts. So, and then also there's a description, the best shopping entertainment with Prime, and also the free and easy, so etc. So to you have a website, and also people are searching your website, you want to display a little bit explanation or description, so that will be in our head section description. So like I showed you just now here, we have a tag, this is a description here, so that will be another meta tag. I will put it at the top. So to do that, now this HTML learning is not live, it's I'm just like an educational purpose, so running in my computer. But if you're in an internet environment and you're really running in internet, so you're gonna see in Google search. But for now, so I will just put it meta. So that will be, we're gonna link it to name will be another meta tag. So I will put it first thing, meta, and closing, the greater sign. Name will be description. So you just type DESCRIPT, description. And the other thing, so the content, so content will be, so that will be, things that what we want to say, it depends on you. So I show you in Amazon, so what we have is the best shopping, so etc. And then what if we put it like in content? I mean, like, so that will be, I would just say like welcome to HTML, so basic learning. So I just simply just for instance, so for example, so that will be our description. If like let's say my website is searched in Google, so that will display. So that is what like meta tag, name, description, and content will display in your Google search. So there is another tag in head section. And also words like what else? So the other thing is we will have an icon. So the style sheet will be later. So the another thing is if go back to my browser, so you can see that in like every tab we have this, like at the top left, we have this blue like greater than sign, and then even in HTML right now I do not have anything. So now it's only the wall shape, and we do not see. But in Google you see that this G icon. Let's say even if I visit to Amazon, so what if I click here? So now you're gonna see the Amazon has its own logo here. You can see that like a logo. So now you can see this logo tab icon. So to see the icon in our tab, so what we can do is in head section. So after the title, what we can add is the sequence is it depends on you, but the first line it has to be the character set. So so the other things are, so make sure that you put at the top like a character set, and the rest so what if we put it description will be later, because in rendering our file, so we want to start from the top, and then so it's like a reading, so left and right. So there will be, I will move my title to the top, and also after title I want to see my like the icon. So the icon will be, so icon will not be the meta tag. So icon is just simply like adding another like external like image file, So to do that I would just say like link. So that will be linking our file, but for now it's not style shield. So to link our icon is it has to be relating as a icon. So and then also the href is our image source location. So to do that, now you need to copy any image file. So now I have already like copy my icon dash logo. This is a PNG file. So you just create any, it has to be a little bit smaller. You cannot make it too big. So like you see on my screen, a little bit smaller, any image, any logo, any icon. So that will be inside your lesson folder. And also you're gonna in Href. So what we're gonna have is this, it has to be the same name. So icon dash logo. So I would just put it like icon dash logo, and also we need to include the extension. If without the extension it would not show. So when once you have completed the icon.png, now we're gonna save the file. So once you save the file, now you can see that in my tab, so I have this T icon tab, because like I show you, the icon is the T logo, So now I link my T logo icon in my tab, and also I have this like a little bit tab title here, HTML learning. So that is what we add in our head section, head tags or head elements. So and then the other thing is what we have is icon is done, and we will link to our description is done, and like a style sheet. So before the style, I think I will go to the canonical. So the canonical is so let's say go back to my browser, and then if you look at it even in Amazon.com, so what we have is we have this EN, that will be global. So let's say I click on the Amazon logo, that will go back to the Amazon.com. So I will just put it that way. And we have Amazon.com, and if I make it to a whole hover this the different pages, now we have English, and another thing is that we have Espanol, that will be Spanish. So the canonical is this is what even in the first Google search. So let me go back to So in the Google search, what we want to like the visitor to direct is we want to let them see the domain Amazon.com, so or maybe the main HTMLlearning.com. I don't want to go I have this Burmese version, and then I don't want them to go to the Burmese that will not be related for different people, because this is not the main page for English speaking. So for international standard like Amazon, we're gonna channel it to the main English or main our website. So to do that, so now you see if I click on Amazon.com, it will not direct you to the Espanol. It will direct you to the Amazon.com. It has to be like English. So that is a main website that we want to direct. So to do that, what we need to do is in our head section. So what we're gonna add is a canonical. So that will be, so just simply that will not be meta text. So that will be our after the description, even before the description, or better to be after the description. So what we have is canonical at the bottom. So to do that, I just simply just here type, or I can just link, so that will be link. So I will just simply link. So before the style sheet, because Visual Studio Code is every time looking for style sheet, so it's important for CSS rule as well. So for now it's canonical, so that will be CANONICL. So if we have different languages, and we have maybe English, Japanese, and Spanish, and Burmese, and whatever. So we have a different website we built. But so whenever people do the Google search, we want to direct them to the universal, that will be English. So to do that, you just type it canonical and the main website. So that will be right now I do not have it. So to do that, so I will just go to browser, and I have this teiza8.com. So I will just simply get my website here. So that will be HTTPS. So I want to channel here because I have a YouTube video as well. So that will be, for example, because I do not have other links. So I will just let them see my teiza8.com. So that will be my main a website. That whenever I have a Burmese version website, a different version, so I want them to visit to this main a Google search website. So that will be linking and having the rel attributes that will be relating as a canonical. So and then also the H reference. So that will be, so this our teiza8.com or whatever website that you have. So you just put it here. So inside the link tag, and it has to be canonical, and so that will be your main website. So right now it's at teiza8.com. So whenever Google search, so they're gonna visit, directed to this website. So that is another tag in our head section. And also the other thing is that the last one will be, we have done viewport learning. So I think the other one will be a style sheet. So before linking our style or CSS. So what I want to explain is a little bit about the style in our HTML. So in HTML, we have different ways to link our styles. So style will be CSS. So that will be any name.css. So let me open this HTML file that I'm running. So I will close it back, not to confuse. Okay. So the style sheet is very important to add in our head section, because whenever we render our HTML file, so the browser need to render our CSS at the first place, because so right now we do not have any styling. It's a little bit HTML is might not be looking good, but it's essential to get started. But the style sheet, so we can add inside the a head section using the style tag. So that will be you just simply type style, but this is not the like a style, I mean a CSS like a tutorial, you know, but I want to show you like if I mean you get started and then you got a little bit HTML file, and then like other developers are adding the like a style tag in your HTML file. So I mean you might be, oh, where is this coming from? So I want to show you a little bit about HTML, so what could be inside the HTML file. So if you want to add the style tag, so inside the head section, the way we can do is this way. I mean like you edit like opening and closing style tag, and then also we can use our like CSS styling in this like I mean like HTML element. So that will be style element. So to do that, what we can do is we can just simply getting the all the attribute, the element from our body. So to do that, I will start with the like welcome to HTML series, the H1 element. So to select the H1, you just type it like simply H1, and then what we're gonna have is in CSS, in like a styling, we have this opening and closing curly brace. So that will like write our CSS rule inside. So that will be opening. It's the same as like a greater and the a greater less than sign in our HTML, you know. So that will be opening and closing curly brace. So inside, so what we're gonna do is we will not do anything much. Let's say we will change the color. So now it's a welcome to HTML is a black. So simply in HTML CSS, so we just say color. If you want to change the text color, and what if we put it like a blue? That will be a little bit. So to see now, once you save the file, now you can see that welcome to HTML tutorial series. This now becomes blue color. So that is the first way to add your like a CSS like a rule in your HTML file. So even if you see this kind of the styling in your HTML, this is how like people are adding the style tag in your HTML file. So the other thing is I will remove it. So this like a style tags, you know. So I will just delete it. So the next one will be adding inside our opening H1 tag. So to do that, what we're going to do, we just simply say that will be like we have a tag and we have a href attribute. So that will be like a style attribute. So so it is a CSS styling, but we are adding as an attribute. So to do that, you just say style, and then that will be attribute. And then now what we're gonna say is, this is we don't even have to select H1 because it's already in H1. So we just simply now can type color. So that will be blue. So to see a little bit obvious. So now even blue. So let's say you might be confused. Hey, is it the same or not? So what if we put it like a red? So if we say like using as an attribute style, so that will be changes to red. So let's see. So now it changed to red. So the point is before we link our because we are going through the head section, so we have a different ways to add the style in our HTML file. Because if you see something in HTML file, you might not be like, oh, what was that? So that kind of the a little bit knowledge about it. So that is adding style attribute in our H1 element. So I will remove it. So now I will go back to my head section. So the last thing that important, and also that will be essential to add the style in our head section. So that will be, you just type it link. Once you type it link, so that will even Visual Studio Code is even giving us a little bit setup, you know. So now it's like relating as a style sheet, and also what is where is the style the file is located. So that will be .css file. So now let's say now I don't have any file inside my folder, because if you go back to my folder, so there's nothing like a CSS file here, because we have only index.html and icon. That will be JPEG file used for our tab icon. So I will just simply go back to Visual Studio Code, and let's say we will create a file inside our lesson folder. To do that, you can see this like a plus and document sign icon. So you just click on that thing, and what we're gonna do is we will just say like main dot CSS. So that's any name. So main, or like better to like what if style.css. Once you save the file and go back to your folder, so now you're gonna see that the style like a CSS file is created. So now even it will open in our Visual Studio Code. So the point is that we are like I said, we have a different ways to add style in our HTML file. Now is we are creating external CSS file in folder, and also we are going to link in our head section. So now, so the source will be href. Href is where's the file, so that will be so you're saving in the same folder. So simply just type style.css. Even the Visual Studio Code is detecting our file. We don't even have to type all the full, but make sure you're typing, you include the correct name, and don't forget to put the extension. It's important. If there's no extension, so it will not run your CSS file. So now we have style.css added. And now, we don't have any color in our title, but so now our style.css is running as an external file. So now we're gonna add a little bit basic rule. So it's the same thing. I'm gonna in H1, I'm gonna add the color. So to do that, if you're setting up as an external file, so to do that, what we need to do is we need to select which element, so we have a H1 element, we have a P element, we have a A element, so even we have a BR. So in CSS, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a selection that will be, we wanted the title. So title is H1 because as you can see, this is a H1. So I will select H1, and also like I said, it will start with the opening and closing curly brace. So that will be, and then we're gonna add the CSS property. So it's simply the color. So that will be, what if just blue. So now it's a black, you can see. So I will save my CSS. Once you save it, now you can see it changed to blue. So that is different ways to add the CSS in our file. Even if you change it to red to make it a little bit different. So red. So you're gonna see a little bit. So now if I save the file, now you're gonna see that the red is running. So now you see the file is welcome to HTML is a red. Okay, the next thing you're gonna see in our head elements is a script tag. So let me type a script. So you just press tab key. So this is a script tag that always referring to JavaScript. So unless you're creating the other script, because this is not, like I said, it's not CSS or JavaScript tutorial, because we have to talk about a lot, because it will not cover everything. But I want to show you you might see things in your HTML file, so that will be script tag. So this is a JavaScript. So for JavaScript, so what we can do is so let me run a little bit script. So that will be a little bit text changing JavaScript. So to start it, so I'm gonna say a const. So like I said, is you don't have to know everything. So just type it the way it is. So it is a constant value we're gonna create, const title, and I'm gonna put it I want to show you a little bit explanation, so that what is a JavaScript, where we should add it. So I'm gonna build that way, const and title. So I'm gonna add the document dot query selector. So that will be, just type it that way, query selector, and I'm gonna select it from my H1. So that will be my H1 title. So let's say I want to run a script. When I click the welcome to HTML, I want to change this to what if a change to Creative Learner. So a little bit an example. So when I say that way, so we are adding the H1 value inside the title. So like I said, it's not a JavaScript tutorial. So you do that way. And also I'm gonna add it a title. So that will be add event listener. So title dot add event listener. So what we're gonna listen is that we're gonna listen for click event. So that will be when I click on the text. So I want to change it to like a event that will change. So that will be event, and in JavaScript you put it that like equal greater than sign, the function. And also we will start with the opening and closing curly brace. I mean in the like semicolon, and in between we're gonna run our like when I click, so I want to change title, so dot like I mean like what if the text content, so I want to change it to creative learner. So that will be changing our text to like creative learner. So that will be creative learner. So just like that. And now we have done a little bit, I mean changing the text to like creative learner. So I'm adding the script tag inside the head section. So because you might see things that running in script tag, but I want to show you that I mean something is not right and how we can fix it, you know. So now I have done, and then I will save it. So when you go back to browser, make sure that you refresh or whatever. When I click on the text, so it doesn't change. I mean, now you see that I'm clicking here. So even making a selection, it does not change, because if you add the, I mean, it's not the same as a style sheet, you know, because style, if you add the style tag in our head section, so it runs. I mean, it's like rendering everything, and then it will show you like I show you. I mean, it changed the text color. But script is not like that, because the script in, I mean, back to my Google reference. So I will go back to my script tag. Then what we have is in the script rendering. So if you add the script tag in the head section, so it gonna like render like the like I mean like some part of your HTML file, and then some will be paused. I mean like it's saying like let's say now I'm selecting my H1, but it is not getting my value. So that's why it's saying like here is a pause. So because I'm adding the script tag, so that's why I'm not seeing the, I mean like when I click on the title, I'm not seeing the changes. So when I click, it doesn't change to creative learner. But if I take the script tag from my head section, so it depends on, I mean like what kind of script you're running. So it's also depend, I mean like, so it's a different website, has a different running and rendering and like a different setup, you know. But to me right now, I want to change my text. So to do that, you have to bring your script tag at the bottom. I mean, so now here we will paste it, our script tag at the bottom. So what we're gonna see is if I save it, it's the same. It's I mean, like, I'm not changing anything, just like replacing at the bottom inside the body tag. So when I save the file, I will go back and I click. Now you see, so that welcome to HTML is changing to creative learner. So I mean, back to reference. So when I add my like a script under the body, so what it does is it will render everything, and then also it will run my like a JavaScript. So that is important to add our script inside a body tag, and also it has to be at the bottom. I mean, if you want to add it at the top, so what we can do is we can add as like a default, because I mean now you're saying like adding the JavaScript, we have this like adding with the default. So if you add it with the script default, script as seen, so I mean that kind of the like I mean adding the one more attribute to our script tag. So I will show you. So that will be, what if we edit like a script, I mean default. So that what if we edit that way, and then let me put it at the top. So does it running or not? So to test it out, when I save it, so I will refresh. When I click, now it doesn't happen. So it has to be, if you are adding the script tag, so it has to be at the bottom. So even like I mean like, so this is one way to add your JavaScript tag. So everything, it has to be after the body, or all the like HTML elements are loaded. So you have to do that way. So if you're adding the like a script tag, you know, like I show you that way. Or if not, the other thing what we can do is we can like adding our script inside our H1 element. It's the same as a style. I mean like, so adding as an attribute. So to do that, I'm gonna take it out this script tag. I will save it, because later I'm going to show you taking the external file. So I will put it here, and like I said, I will add as an attribute like a JavaScript tag. So to do that, I will just simply on click. So that will be JavaScript attribute. So adding inside the H1 element. So to do that on Clade, what I want is I want to change the text to Creative Learner. So to do that, so just simply in the JavaScript, we have a method called, so the text content. So that will be, text content will change to, what we want is Creative Learner. So that will be Creative, so Learner. So that will be Creative Learner. And single quote, so it is not double quote, so you put it that way. So it has to be on click, and adding the attribute like a double quote, and then the JavaScript method is that way. So text content, we want to change it that way, and also you include this single quote in the text that we want to change, so that way when you save the file, now I will just simply go back to my browser. So when I refresh, so it will refresh. Now what we're gonna do is now you click, now it's the same thing. So we are adding the script attribute inside our element. So that is another way to add the script tag. So if you see inside your HTML file, or when you have a chance to you create something and then you want to you see the thing in like a H1 element. So that kind of the on clicks, that is adding JavaScript attribute in our H1 element. So that is a second way to add script tag and script running. And also the other thing is I will remove everything. And also that will be the best way to do. So to do that in JavaScript, adding the tag is Google is saying we should add it underneath the body as a script default tag. That is what is a standard it's saying. So to do that, we can add it in the head section as well. Let me show you as an example. So to do that, I will just add it like a script. So that will be script tag. So what it just say script and press tab key. So it's exactly here what it's saying. So that will be adding the external JavaScript file. So we will add it like a default. And also we're going to add the, in JavaScript, we are not saying like a href or any other things, it has to be source. So that will be src. So we're adding the source attribute. So we're going to get the file location. So right now we do not have it. It is the same. We're going to create the one JavaScript file. So to do that, you just edit, maybe this time I will just say main.js. So JavaScript extension is JS. So when you type it, main.js, and I'm gonna get my script tag here. So that will be my JavaScript here. So I will just simply copy and paste my file right now. Right now it might not run it, so I will, I'll make a correction later. So I will save it, and now you have adding your external JavaScript in our head section. So that will be, the compares to Google, like I said, we can edit underneath the body using the default tag. So, the default, attribute, but let me do it in head section using default, attribute. So, source will be main.js because that's where the file is saved. So main.js. Once you leave the file, let me test it out. So when we click, now it is changing. So now you can see that it is the same. If you might be confused, let me change it to another tag. So instead of Creative Learner, what if we say this is like a head element? So this is help. Let's say guys. So let me go back. We are learning, so head element. So that would be better way to say element. So when I save it, so refresh, now you click, now we are learning head element. So the thing is, if we add our script using the script tag, so it has to be underneath the body. And also if we add our a script as inside the H1 element as an attribute, so we can add it here. And the last one will be adding as an external file in our head section. And also Google is recommending us adding even the external file underneath the body. So that will be, even you can just simply cut it if you don't want it in a head section. So but like I show you, it's running, but it depends on you. So I'm gonna paste it underneath. So now that will be like running our script, so adding our script tag, everything after inside the body. So that's the way. When I save, go back to your browser, refresh and click it. Now it's still working. So so that will be the head section and the head elements. So things there's a lot in our head, there's more meta text, more links. So this is a basic HTML, and so what is most important to use in our website, so as a beginner. So guys, so that will be my tutorial for today. I will stop right here. So hopefully you like it. So if you learned something, if you like it, please give us a thumbs up, and also make sure to subscribe Creative Learner YouTube channel and turn on notifications. And I hope to see you in next tutorial.